Man, I told you guys, man. I remember saying from the jump, right after I think I did my very first episode of the AwareWolvvves podcast, that this was more therapeutic for me than anything. I enjoy doing this. I love it. It allows me to be vocal, free. I don't have to worry about a barrier. I don't have to worry about, filtering myself. That's real. That's what the AwareWolvvves podcast has been so far. So, before I say anything else, I just got to say that. Once again, welcome to the AwareWolvvves podcast. I go by the name of Khleo Thomas, a.k.a. Mr. Slick Living, a.k.a. Slick James, a.k.a. Slicker Than Your Average, man. And, guys, I just got to be real with you, man. Whatever you're doing right now, just take a second. Just take a second. Stop. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, I want to say, no matter what happens in your life, we all go through things. We all go through changes. We all mature in some ways. We all act out in immature ways sometimes. That's how we are as humans, I think. But above everything, you have to always figure out how to make sure that you are mentally at peace. I've been preaching this for months on my AwareWolvvves podcast. I think we're at episode number 17 now. Holy shit, we made it to episode 17. Episode 20. I'm giving you guys a heads up. Episode 20. I'm going to figure out something really, really fucking cool for us to do. But, I've been preaching about finding your peace since the very beginning of my AwareWolvvves podcast. And, that couldn't be more relevant. The message couldn't be more relevant than it is right now, even at this moment right now for me, where I am. I had a lot of crazy things going on within the last 2 weeks. That kind of opened my eyes up to a lot of things that I was allowing to happen, which I just can't. I can't allow that to happen. And here's my problem, just being open and real about this. This is the AwareWolvvves podcast. Here's my problem that I end up, having sometimes, or it's a repeating problem that I find myself in this cycle sometimes. And I did break it. I recall breaking this cycle, and I was very proud of myself for being able to, finally put something like that to rest. But for me, I always kind of find myself in this cycle of, emotional, how can I put this? I become this emotional blanket for so many people sometimes. And, it causes me to almost take on more than I can bear. And then it allows this comfort level between me and a person. But like I'm saying, this isn't just one person. I've done this before where I'm holding on to so many people's things, with their emotions and feelings and how they feel in the world and where they are currently and what they want to succeed at and how maybe if I'm just around you more, but I'm a very greedy person with myself. Openly, I've stated this before. I am such a greedy person with Khleo Thomas that it doesn't even make sense. I don't like to be around, too many people at once. I just kind of like to be tucked off on my own, working on what I want to work on, succeeding in the things that I want to succeed at. I'm a very, very, very greedy person with myself. And I think a lot of people should learn that, from me, but that's my issue. I think I have two extremes. I'm either very, very greedy with myself, or I'm so openly, taking on everyone's shit that it fucks around and causes me to step off balance or step off my own line sometimes. So, that's what it was for me, these last couple of months, man. I was taking on way too much shit. And I realized that it just hit me like a ton of bricks not too long ago. I was like, wait. Khleo, how are you making the same mistakes? I thought we got over this shit. I thought we'd switched up. I thought, I changed for the better. That's what I'm saying. That's what, going through all the shit that I had gone through recently, I was like, I recall going through this before and making the proper changes to never have to deal with it again. And when I did make those changes, oh my God, life was off. Not saying life has just been fucking terrible this entire time. And that's another problem I think we have as humans. We'll start, things will start going left for us, and then it's like, oh my God, the fucking world is collapsing. And then you got to shoot off on everybody. You got to shoot off on everything. It's you got to blow everything up, which I do suffer from that sometimes too as well. I sometimes have to find these moments where shit going left, and I have to just, like I just said at the beginning of this, just inhale, exhale, and then let's calm down for a minute. I used to being real with you guys, man, I was a very hot-tempered kid, man. I just didn't, sometimes people can just be really fucking dumb. You know what I mean? I sit in my own world sometimes and, I people watch it. I'm like, some people are just fucking dumb. They say stupid shit. They do stupid shit. I would never do these things that I see people either doing to each other or, that people do to me. So, it's just one of those things, man. But like I said, I think us as humans, we find ourselves sometimes repeating our steps, and that's not to say that we didn't learn from them. I think it's it's an unconscious thing for us to just kind of fall back into these little footsteps that we've already taken. We've been there, we've done it, and then before you know it, you're getting ready to walk through a door that you've already walked through, and you know the ending of that story. So you have to catch yourself like, wait a minute. Let me go ahead and back up there. Let me make sure to padlock this motherfucker. Let me just go ahead and put caution tape around this motherfucker. Let me put a barrier. Let me put a guard dog. Let me put some barbed wire around the handle. Let me just literally section this fucking part of myself off, because I don't want to go through the same things, man. I don't. I'm a firm believer in finding your peace. I'm a firm believer in standing by what you think works best for you, not for someone else, not to make someone else happier. No. Just what can you do for yourself when the time comes? And I just want to keep reiterating that, man. That's what the AwareWolvvves podcast is always going to be about. That's my message to the world, dog. Find your peace. My peace is being 100% honest. My peace is with my family, or my peace is when I'm doing what I love to do, which is create, which is work, which is record the AwareWolvvves podcast, which is write down new ideas for Instagram content, which is also getting an audition and looking over the script and reading the actual script and going over the sides and doing the Snapchat stuff sometimes and takeovers. I enjoy being me, but I enjoy being me when there's a purpose and there's a goal and there's something at the end of that road that I see. I can't run blindly. Like, you just can't. In my opinion, I can't be too free flowing. If I'm too free flowing, something's off. And that's how I've kind of felt in the last couple of months. I'm like, everything seems a little bit too free out here. Like, I don't like this free flowing feeling. I gotta reset, bro. I gotta go into hibernation for a second, and then let's get back out here. But I can't hibernate too long. There was a time, where I would hibernate for like a month, like just go ghost on everybody and just dip. I can't afford that. I don't like, and that's just not who I am anymore. I'm an adult, grown. You should be able to take a second for yourself, breathe, and like, all right, cool. Within the same day, get back to what you love and what you care about the most and focus on. So that's where I'm at with it, ladies and gentlemen. So I just wanted to share that quick little message with you guys before we jump into all these week's topics, man. Like, I've been writing some things down that I kind of want to speak about. Yo, what's going on? It's Khleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living. If you enjoyed this clip of the AwareWolvvves podcast, make sure you sign on to patreon.com/Khleo Thomas and pledge today so you can have access to the full episode.